Here's a soundbite for ya. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is super boring. Okay. It was a bit, you guys. Calm down, please. Jesus Christ. I obviously like Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I mean, who doesn't? It's that game that everybody talks about as the Sonic game. I mean, like, just talking about it right now almost feels cheap. Like, it feels lame to even discuss Sonic 3 and Knuckles any further because what else is there to even say? This is the quintessential Sonic game that basically made the franchise. Like, this game is basically the reason why Sonic is so big today. It was the home run that capped off a near flawless trilogy that was created 20 years ago. All the stars were in alignment for this one. I mean, you know, it's almost a perfect game. And I have a huge respect for it. And it's such a touchy thing because it's like, you say something bad about this game and suddenly you're like a friggin' witch from Salem. But what am I gonna do? Just sit here and just like kiss this game's ass for 10 to 15 minutes? So here's what I am gonna do. I'm gonna get really real here. Sonic 3 Knuckles is an excellent game. It's really fun to play. It's enjoyable. I mean, good God. There, end the video now. No, but seriously, Sonic 3 Knuckles, just like any video game, has its highs and it has its lows. The highs are obviously going to be the consistently designed stages. They're obviously going to be the awesome special stages. The special stages are one of my favorite parts of this game. The thing about Sonic 3 and Knuckles to me is that in this current day and age, I've played it enough to the point where if I just play through this game without playing any of the special stages, without going for any of the Chaos Emeralds and trying to get Supersonic and Hypersonic, this game is really boring. So from that angle, yes, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is boring to me, but only when I'm not going for the Chaos Emeralds. I need to go for the Chaos Emeralds. I need to play the special stages in order for this game to continue to be fun to me, because it's well worth it to play through the stages because they're just so awesome. I love the Blue Sphere mini game here, and also it's really worth it to get Supersonic, and even more worth it to get Hypersonic. Hypersonic is one of the coolest friggin' things to ever come out of this game, and I know that he'll pop up again one day. There's no way that he won't, and I'm looking forward to seeing him come back again. The music is going to be some of the best that it's ever been in the game. I really don't know what else to say about it other than it's fantastic music. You've got friggin' stages here like Ice Cap Zone, which is one of the best tracks I've ever heard. And then you've got Sandopolis, which has an amazing bass line running through it. It just packs a punch to it. And the through line through all this, with the whole overarching story of Knuckles becoming your nemesis and eventually becoming your frenemy, is awesome. And then, you know, you have the whole final fight in the sky that caps this thing off in space. I mean, dude, like, this is a home run. Like, Jesus Christ, like, what more do I need to say about this game that will actually contribute something to the conversation with Sonic 3 and Knuckles? There's so many highs here that, again, it's almost boring to even speak on. Sonic 3 Knuckles is that kid at school who succeeds at everything. He's that kid at school who is the captain of the football team, is super popular, he has the letter jacket with all the different letters and insignias on it. Now, just like any video game, Sonic 3 Knuckles has its low points. So for me personally, what are some low points to Sonic 3 and Knuckles? Well, for starters, I find Marble Garden Zone to be the low point of the whole game. Marble Garden Zone is probably the worst stage in the game, simply because, unlike other stages, it doesn't change things up across both acts. You'll find that both acts are essentially the exact same thing aesthetically, as well as the way the stage is laid out. Not to mention that this stage way overdoes it with the random spike traps that are lying all over this friggin' place, like it's a box of toys that was spilled on the ground. And a hot take I have here, and this, oh yeah, this is a hot one. I respect what Flying Battery Zone does in terms of its level design. I've just never been a big fan of any sort of level aesthetic that revolves around anything industrial or anything machine-like. I've always had issues with that, I've noticed. The same thing goes with Launch Base Zone. Launch Base Zone and Flying Battery just have this vibe to it that I just do not care for. It's just a complete turnoff for me. I don't know what it is about these industrial machine vibes that I just do not enjoy. When it comes to me, I'm a man of vibes. I'm a man of like setting. The setting of a stage is really gonna almost make or break a stage for me. And again, I respect the level design of Flying Battery, but I do not mess with the tone that it's carrying across. Hydrocity Zone is obviously a highlight of this game. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to say about Hydro City Zone. It's a fantastic water level, you know? Hydrocity Zone does a good job of, you know, not letting you go underwater too much. So yeah, Hydro City Zone, that's where it's at. Hydrocity Zone, it's awesome. Hydro City. What else can I say to piss people off? Oh yeah, Knuckles is here. Say hi, Knuckles. So, the thing about me with Sonic games is, you know how you can play as Tails, you can play as Knuckles, you can play as Amy, and they all provide their own set of abilities that mix up the gameplay? Here's the thing, I'm really boring. I just prefer to play as Sonic, that's pretty much it. Knuckles is great because you can climb and it's easier to explore and to find secrets, but I just find it more satisfying to discover these secrets via the limitations of Sonic's moveset. If you just kind of climb a wall and you find a secret that's up in a corner, okay, that was easy. That kind of takes the wind out of the sails in my opinion. It's just much more satisfying to get creative with Sonic's moveset to use speed and momentum to get up to these secrets. So that's just kind of the way that I look at it. Again, you know, I respect Knuckles' gameplay, but it's just not necessarily for me. I basically always play this game with Sonic and I never play it with Tails. I just find Tails to be a nerfed version of the game and it's just so easy to find all the secrets. It's, you know, all you got to do is just fly up to the spots that you're looking for. It doesn't feel like I've earned all these secrets that I'm looking for. I also am not always the biggest fan of Lava Reef Zone, which is, you know, a very popular stage, but I don't know what's wrong with me, I guess. Lava Reef Zone is it's just meh. It's fine enough, but I don't know what it is. Maybe it's too dark and danky for me. Again, I just don't know. I guess I'm an idiot. You know, I'm stupid. There's something wrong with me. There's obviously something wrong with me for having a problem with Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Look, I mean, at this point, I'm the Joker. I'm just here to start fires. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is a good Sonic game. I mean, it's probably the best Sonic game out there. It's probably the best Sonic game because it gives us exactly what we want and it gives us that in tenfold and it basically gives us that in a near flawless presentation. Oh yeah, one more hot take, I almost forgot. Sandopolis Zone is a very underrated zone in my opinion. Now, people don't like this zone for two reasons, I imagine. Reason number one is Act 2 has that mechanic where you have to pull the switch to keep the ghosts from murdering you for a limited amount of time. I get that. But I also imagine that people don't like it because it follows Flying Battery Zone, which is a fan favorite zone, and it just doesn't measure up platforming wise. Alright, fair enough, but I like Sandopolis Zone for its vibe and for its music. The platforming is good enough. I don't really see what's wrong with it. And you know what? When it comes to Act 2, I'm not even going to bother to try and explain myself. I just enjoy the challenge. And normally in other Sonic games, I don't like this mechanic. But, I mean, I think it's fine enough here. I like the idea of there being ghosts coming after you. Yeah. So, you know what? I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole trying to defend myself at this point. So, Sonic 3 Knuckles, it's probably the best Sonic game out there. And yeah, just like what you like. Honestly, that's what it boils down to.